What is going on, everybody? It's time to go over the Hisuian forms in the Tera Raids, and honestly, quite a few of them are really good and honestly taking over the meta game. So let's get into it. So first off, we're going to be starting with Lilligant. Lilligant is going to be a grass fighting type, grass Tera type. Normally their Tera types, whenever you transfer them in, is going to be their first typing. Just keep that in mind. On Lilligant, we're running a Shell Bell. This is a more offensive Lilligant. For the moves, we're going to have our 2 setup moves like normal, and then our 2 attacking moves. We have Sunny Day to go ahead and set the sun to give us a Solar Blade, a 1-turn move. This is a 125 physical attack grass move, so it's going to be stab. That's going to be doing lots of damage, and it's kind of like Solar Beam, where if the sun is up, it's going to be a 1-turn. If sun is not up, it's going to be a 2-turn. Keep that in mind. Then we have Victory Dance. This is going to be a signature move, and it raises your attack, defense, and speed stats just by using the move. So it's kind of like a bulk up, but also boosting your speed. So that's a big plus. We're going to be pairing that with Axe Kick. Axe Kick does inflict damage to you if you miss, but it's a 90% accurate 120 physical attack stab move. So you can miss, but it's very unlikely that you will. If you do miss, I'm sorry. But these moves are very solid for him. Very good. Do lots of damage. Got good setup and positioning. So like Victory Dance is going to be very good for setup. So let's go ahead and jump into his spread. So like normal, we are kind of keeping some simple spreads here so they're not too complicated. And it's going to be a 4 HP, 252 defense, 252 special defense. So making you bulky, you can easily take some of that bulk out wherever you would like, put it into your physical attack, and we are running the Adamant Nature to give you more attack. There's a lot of good abilities. You have Leaf Guard, Hustle, Chlorophyll, because Chlorophyll will let you go faster in Sun. So if you are using Sun a lot, you could use that to go ahead and get faster. Hustle, I decided to throw on here because it boosts the attack of your physical attack moves, but it does lower your accuracy. So that 90 does drop, does raise your attacks already to a 1.5 times. And honestly, it's really good. You can honestly run this with a Shell Bell to heal once you hit those big moves, or a Wide Lens to boost your accuracy. You could go ahead and use anything to boost your accuracy. And in all honesty, pair it with the Hustle, you will be able to do lots of damage. But then we also do have Leaf Guard, which is your hidden ability. So you would need to be using an ability patch. And it says whenever Sunny Day is active, the Pokemon cannot be statused and rest will fail. So you can't be put to sleep, can't be parried, can't be burnt, stuff like that. That's a very solid move as well. So if you are looking for an ability, I highly recommend using Leaf Guard, which is its hidden ability, or Hustle if you want to do more damage. Now let's move on to Overqwil. Overqwil is going to be in that dark poison category, and it's going to be having the dark Tera type. If you do want to get that poison, you can go ahead and change it. But having the poison typing actually lets you take more advantage of like Black Sludge, which heals you if you are a poison type. So it's kind of like a poison leftovers. So that's actually letting you use new items or different items. Now for the moves, we're looking at a Swords Dance, standard Swords Dance setup. Use Swords Dance 3 times, go ahead, start attacking. You do have Barb Barrage, which is your signature move, and this also may poison the target, but the move's power is doubled if the target is already poisoned. So what I highly recommend here is we do have Toxic. Toxic will poison the target. Then your Barb Barrage will do double damage, and it's going to be amazing. You can just do massive amounts of damage here. It's kind of like Venom Shock, but better. And then we have Crunch. Crunch is your extra stab move for your dark type. Barb Barrage, if you Swords Dance 3 times, Toxic, and then Barb Barrage, if it is not resisting poison, you are going to be doing lots of damage, like massive amounts of damage. Highly recommend using this setup if you are going to build an Overqwil, which in all honesty is a very big Pokemon. Now for the spread, we are a little bit complex on this one. It is going to be an 80 HP, a 76 attack, because we are going to be a physical attacker, a 100 defense, and a 252 special defense. We need to get some bulk on him. His defense stats are not the greatest, so we do want to bring those up. And we are running the Careful Mitt to make our defense and our special defense be the exact same number. So you don't have to really worry about anything. leaning into which one, you can just go ahead, even them up, and be perfectly fine. Now, for your ability, you have Poison Point. Poison Point is a 30% chance of a Pokemon making contact with you will be poisoned. So again, leaning into that poison setting, you want to make sure your target gets poisoned with this Pokemon because you can do massive amounts of damage whenever that does happen. Now, you do have Swift Swim, so if it's raining, your speed is doubled, and your hidden ability is Intimidate. And Intimidate would be more of a support. Go ahead, set up and Intimidate, drop the stats. But if you are going in, you don't want to really get knocked out to reinitiate that Intimidate, where Poison Point here will let you get the poison, your Barrage will do more damage, and you can just keep going along those routes. So let's go ahead and move on to Hisuian Braviary. Now, Hisuian Braviary is going to be a psychic flying type. Very interesting here. And we are going to be running the Twisted Spoon because it does boost your psychic moves. And we are going to be a special attacker. For our moves, we are going to be running Calm Mind to go ahead and set up. And we get really good attack moves. So we have Hurricane here. That's a 110 base power special attack. Going to be massive because of Stab. Esper Wing. That is going to be a new move for him. That's going to be his signature move, and it's going to be a stab psychic move. This move has a heightened chance of landing a critical hit, and it also boosts your speed stat when used. Then we have Roost. Roost, very common with flying types. You go ahead and just heal back up. Amazing way to self-sustain. So you have the ability to boost your own stats to do more damage and sustain yourself with Roost. So very good Pokemon here. Now, for the spread, we are going to be looking at a 252 defense, 252 special defense, and a 4 into our special attack, bringing up our defenses, making ourselves more bulky, and then that modest mint to go ahead and get more special attack off. And for our ability, I decided to run Sheer Force. So Hurricane, you can confuse. Esper Wing, you raise your speed stat. Sheer Force has the ability of getting rid of those secondary effects, so no confusion, no speed stat boost, but your moves get a 1.3 times multiplier. So Esper Wing, 80 base power. Let's go with that one. You are a psychic type, so you're getting Stab, and then you're getting a Twisted Spoon boost, and then you're going to get a Sheer Force 1.3 times boost. So Life Orb with another boost on top of it. You're going to be doing lots of damage with it. Now let's jump to Hisuian Arcanine. So unlike normal Arcanine, we are a fire rock type, and our Tera is going to be fire. Now we are running Shell Bell. Shell Bell is going to be able to heal up. You could honestly run anything here if you would like. I found Shell Bell to be one of the more effective items here, but you could honestly run whatever you would like. Now, for the moves, we are running a Raging Fury. This is a very high damage move. It's a 120 physical attack, 100% accuracy, but the user does become confused after 2 to 3 turns, so it's kind of like a dragon, kind of like Outrage for dragon, but for fire. So then we have Morning Sun. Morning Sun is a healing move for fire types that is kind of being slowly introduced. We had that on Iron Moth, and Morning Sun lets you heal depending on the weather. Whenever sun is up, you get lots of health back. And being a fire type, we do have access to Sunny Day, so it's going to be boosting our Raging Fury and giving ourselves the best healing we can with Morning Sun. Then we have Stone Edge. I went ahead and swapped Stone Edge with Head Smash. He does get Head Smash. It is a breeding move, so you need to transfer it from a Great Tusk or something like that. I think Pseudo Hubudo has it. And it's a 150 base power physical move that does half your health of recoil. If you are running the Shell Bell, I have ran it. If you don't knock out the Pokemon, you get pretty much all your health back. So it kind of negates some of its effect. You just need to make sure you pay attention when you are using it. And if you don't want to really risk it, go ahead, just run Stone Edge. It's perfectly fine. Make sure you PP max it, and you'll be doing massive amounts of damage, doing whatever you want. Now, as we get into his spread, it's going to be a 4 HP and then 252 in both of those defenses. So normal and special defense, raising it up, getting our defense stats very high. And then we are running the Adamant Mint to go ahead and boost our physical attacks even further. If you are using this set, I would highly recommend go ahead and attack Cheer on turn 1 to go ahead and get your attacks up. And then Sunny Day. So if you are using Raging Fury, you're going to be doing more damage. Don't just go out there and attack, use Sunny Day, or attack chair. Now for his abilities, we do have Intimidate. That's a very good ability as a base ability because you go ahead and lower the physical attack of the Tera Raid Mon. Now onto our new deer with Wyrdeer. So Wyrdeer is going to be a normal psychic type. We've seen that type before with an Indeedee, and it's always normally really bulky. And it is going to be having the psychic type. I don't have an item on him. It is a Twisted Spoon. Use a Twisted Spoon. I had to swap it on to my Braviary, but very good. Go ahead, use that Twisted Spoon, boost up your psychic type attacks. Very, very useful. So being a psychic type, go ahead, run Calm Mind. That boosts your special attack and your special defense stats. Then we're going to be running Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam is your very big normal attacking special move. You do have to, you know, wait for the next turn, but it's a 150, and with a bunch of Calm Minds off, 150 goes very, very high in damage. Then we have Psychic. Psychic is going to be your normal move. This is going to be boosting with your Twisted Spoon because it is a Psychic. You do have Stab on both of those, so massive damage coming off there. And he does get access to both screens. If you need a screen, highly recommend throwing a screen on him, and you will be perfectly fine. And honestly, with those screens, you could just run Hyper Beam if you'd like. Calm Mind all the way up. Hyper Beam. If you have a screen up, you tank a lot of damage, and you just get to sit there for free while you just recharge. Now for that spread, we are going to be running a 4 in HP, 252 in both defenses, physical and special. Most of these are going to be very heavy defense statted because their defenses are not that great. But then we're going to be running the modest into that special attack stat. And honestly, on this one, you could lose a little bit of defense if you would like and put it in special attack. That's up to you. I like having high defense to be more survivable. And for his ability, it's going to be Intimidate. This is a very bulky special attacker, and I see him being very good in upcoming 7 stars and a lot of 6 stars because I have random, and he's very bulky and does kind of whatever he wants if he does set up. Now let's jump into Hisuian Electrode, who's honestly my favorite Hisuian Mon. So I'm a big fan of Electrode, and now we have the Hisuian form in here, and it's electric grass type. That's actually a really good typing form. And we are going to be running the Shell Bell, because just like normal Electrode, we're going to be kind of leaning into the Explosion. So with the normal Electrode, you tend to run the Self-Destruct or Explosion setup. With the Hisuian, we're going to be going with Chloroblast, but Chloroblast is going to be a 150 special attack, and it does damage the user, which is why we're using the Shell Bell. Now keep in mind, grass moves get boosted on grassy terrain, so we do have grassy terrain here, and it's going to be boosting it even higher, plus Stab. It's going to be insane. Then we have Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is going to be your electric move. Go ahead, use that to just hit anything that you can't with grass. And then we have Giga Drain. You can run Leech Seed. Giga Drain here is to heal up whatever you didn't heal up with Shell Bell, or run something that you want to run, honestly. Shell Bell plus Chloroblast. If you are sitting there on grassy terrain, you're going to do massive amounts of damage, and it's going to be insane. Now, Electrode has very bad defense stats and HP stats, so we are running 56 into our HP. We're running 100 in both our defense and special defense. That's going to be bringing us up to a 221 in both defenses and a 275 in our HP. That is not anywhere near our normal setup. But with the Shell Bell, with the Chloroblast, you are able to sit there and do whatever you want to heal up, and your typing makes up for a lot of it. And then we are going to be a 252 special attack. This 252 special attacks puts you at 259. 259 plus your Stab plus your 150 attack stat. You're going to be doing massive amounts of damage with that Chloroblast. And then we are going to be running a Bold Nature to give us that defense boost and attack drop. Now his abilities are kind of standard. You got Static, which is 30% chance to paralyze the Pokemon if it does contact you. That's always good. Soundproof. Pokemon is immune to sound-based moves. And then we have Aftermath. If you are taking this online, we do have Aftermath on. It's a hidden ability. If the Pokemon is KO'd with a contact move, the user of that move takes 1/4 of its HP. So really good if you're getting hit with a contact move. You actually just get knocked out and you do damage. on top of that to come back in and do whatever you want. Highly recommend using Grassy Terrain. If you do come in, Grassy Terrain, Attack Cheer, and then Chloroblast, and you can do massive amounts of damage that way. But let's go ahead and jump into probably the new meta of Ursaluna being a monster in Tera Raids. So Ursaluna is probably going to be taking over as the best Tera Raid mon to bring to any raid. He is a ground normal type, and we are going to be running that Flame Orb to give us more damage since we do have the ability Guts. Now, what's going to be making Ursaluna so good is he has Belly Drum. Belly Drum boosts you to +6, and he has a very high attack stat. Then he has Facade. Facade's a very interesting move we're going to be using. It doubles if you are burned, paralyzed, or poisoned. We are running a Flame Orb. Flame Orb will burn you, so you get double damage on a +6 Belly Drum stab move. You're going to be doing massive amounts of damage. I have gone into 6-star raids and just one-shot stuff, and they can't do anything about it. Then we have Drain Punch. Drain Punch heals you up. You're a +6 guts punching stuff to heal. You're going to be full heal. This is like an Iron Hands on steroids. Then we have Headlong Rush. If you need a ground type, this is it. This is it. And even with those defense drops, you are still going to be a tank. Like, you cannot get knocked out. It's insane. Now for the spread, we are going to be running a 252 attack. Yes, we don't really need investment in defenses here. We are 252 in special defense and a 4 in our normal defense. Our attack stat is going to be our main thing. We are very bulky, and honestly, I'm very surprised by it, but our stat distribution is insane. That puts us at about a 416 in our attack stat. We're already sitting at a 401 in our HP. That's a very high HP stat. And we're going to be running the Adamant Mint to go ahead and boost our attack even further. So overall, we're sitting at a 401 HP, 247 physical defense, and a 259 special defense on a 416 physical attack. Now, his abilities are going to be Guts, Bulletproof, Unnerved. Do not worry about the other two. Run Guts. Guts is a normal ability, and Guts gives you a 1.5 times damage boost, a Life Orb boost if you're burned. That Flame Orb is going to be giving you that 1.5 times. And then you Belly Drum, that's a +6, 1.5 times stabbed, double damage Facade. Do not overlook this. This is a massive, massive damage move. Insane. He will just, anything not resisting normal, honestly, things that are resisting normal, he can still knock out. I've done it. It's insane. So let's go ahead and jump into Sneasler. So Sneasler is going to be a fighting poison type with a fighting Terra type, and we are going to be running the Black Sludge to go ahead and heal. Very good ability to use that. You can do whatever you want. You could also swap out that Black Sludge for a Life Orb or something along those lines if you want to do more damage. But for our moves, we're going to be running Bulk Up. Love Pokemon that can get Bulk Up. He's going to be a physical attacker. So Bulk Up, attack and defense boost. Very solid. We have Close Combat. That's going to be our big fighting type move. You do want to do Bulk Up and then use this move so you do max amount of damage, and you don't have to take too many stat drops when you are doing that. Then we have Dire Claw. Dire Claw is going to be a new signature move. It is aiming to land a critical hit. You can get high crit chances on this, and it may also leave the target poisoned, paralysis, or asleep. And then we have Screech. Screech is going to be lowering the defense stat of that Tera Raid mon. So now for our spread, we're going to be running a 60 in HP, 96 in attack, and we already are coming off a base 130 attack, so that's very high. 252 defense and a 100 special defense. Our defenses are very solid, and we are running the Impus nature to raise our defense even further and lower our special attack, so we aren't using that special attack stat. Our ability is Poison Touch. It is a hidden ability. It is a 30% chance to poison if you are making contact. So being a poison type with Poison Touch, you can actually just go ahead and self-proc poison without even having to rely on Dire Claw. Very good poison type here. Highly recommend giving it a try. So now let's go on to my new favorite bug type with Kleavor. So Kleavor is going to be new to the Scyther line, and he is going to be a bug rock type with the bug Terra type. I went ahead, gave him leftovers to do some healing, and honestly, everything I've used him in, he's just destroyed. Now, he gets Swords Dance. Use Swords Dance up +6. You do whatever you want. Stone Axe is going to be your new signature move. and it does lots of damage, and it sets up spikes, so floating around the target, pretty much just stealth rocks. That's just by attacking. That's a 65 base standard move here. X Scissor is going to be your bug move, and that's going to be a physical attacking stab move. And then you have Sandstorm. Keep in mind, Sandstorm does raise the special defense stat of rock types, so you can just raise your own special defense just by setting up Sandstorm. Now for the spread, we are going to be running a 100 HP 56 attack. We are already at a base 135 attack. Our defense is going to be 100, and our special defense is going to be a 252 with Careful Mint to raise our special defense stat and lower our special attack stat. So very solid, very good physical attacker. For his ability, we are running Sharpness. That is a hidden ability, and that gives you a 1.5 time multiplier on top of your slicing moves. Stone Axe and X Scissor are slicing moves. Those get a 1.5 times boost plus your stabs. So now let's go into Basculegion. Basculegion is going to be a new water ghost type, and it's going to be using that mystic water to boost its water types even move. So we're going to be running Rain Dance because water moves get boosted in rain. Plus Mystic Water, you're going to be doing massive amounts of damage. Liquidation, massive water physical attack here. May also lower the target's defense stat. You're a physical attacker, so if you do get that defense drop, it's going to be insane. Then we do have Ice Fang for a good coverage. And then Last Resort is going to be a more of a signature move. The more teammates that you are in the party with, and they go down, so if you are doing this solo, you go ahead, those teammates go down, the damage of this move goes up. If you are online, it's the same thing. So keeping there, right there for maybe later in the raid, because then it'll be boosted even further and maxed out. And Liquidation being your main attacking move. Very good here. Very solid attack stat and damaging setup here. You could swap out Ice Fang for honestly anything you would like. Highly recommend Liquidation, Rain Dance as that combo there. Now for the spread, we're going to be running a 4 in our physical attack, and that's going to be a 112 base for that. And that's going to be a 252 in our defense and special defense, leaning into that bulk and then an adamant nature to raise our physical attack and lower our special attack to give us more damage output there. So we end up running the adaptability. Highly recommend it. It uses your stab, which is normally a 1.5 times boost, is now a 2 times boost to your attacks that are water and ghost. So Last Resorts and Liquidation. Liquidation in rain gets boosted, plus your adaptability and Mystic Water. Lots of damage going out there from the water side. Last Respects, if it is set up, you get to do whatever you want. And honestly, later in the raid, it gets proc by adaptability. You're going to be knocking things out to just finish things off in the raid. Now let's get on to Hisuian Goodra, who's going to be a new Dragon Steel type. So Hisuian Goodra is a Dragon Steel type, like I mentioned, and it is a Steel Tera with the Assault Vest. I see him being a very good setup or helper mon. And going into that helper / attack move is going to be Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon is going to be a good special attack stat, and it does lower the special defense stat of the opposing Pokemon by just letting you do more damage. And if you do get that proc, you're going to be doing more damage on top of that. Does have access to Acid Spray. That's guaranteeing you're going to be lowering the special defense stat by 2 stages. Then we have Dragon Pulse. That's going to be your Dragon Stab move. Pretty much Flash Cannon. All these moves do damage, so you can run that Assault Vest to just be more bulky. And then we have Chilling Water. Chilling Water will sap the strength from your target, lowering its attack stat. All these moves do damage through shield, so you don't have to worry about that. Now for the spread, we are going to be doing a 100 HP, 252 defense, and a 156 in our special attack. So we are not doing any investment in our special defense, and we are a modest nature to go ahead and raise our special attack and lower our physical attack even further. For the abilities, you do have Goomy, which is a hidden ability, which if you get hit, it lowers the speed stat of the Tera Raid mon by 1, but it has to be a physical move. Sap Sipper, you're immune to grass, but you have to be hit by a grass move. And then Shell Armor is what we're going to be using here, and you cannot be hit by a crit. So not being able to be hit on crit on massive defense stats and HP, you get to do whatever you want, no problem. So let's move on to our last Hisuian mon, who's going to be Hisuian Avalugg. So Hisuian Avalugg is most likely going to be the worst Hisuian mon, but I went ahead and made a build that you can use in raids. He's an Ice Rock type, Not a very good typing here, but he is going to be running Leftovers. Leftovers letting you heal so you can consistently heal and do whatever you want and have more survivability. For the moves, we're going to be running Ice Fang, Stone Edge, Recover, Sandstorm. Sandstorm, just like on Kleavor, since you are that rock type, you are going to be getting a boost to your special defense stat to be more survivable. Recover is going to let you heal up if you need more healing instead of just that. Leftovers, Ice Fang, Stone Edge are going to be your 2 stab moves. Ice Fang can freeze, which is going to be big. If you do get the freeze off, that's massive. But for our spread, we're going to be running a 4 in our HP, which is a base 95. Our attack is going to be a 252 because we want to put out more damage. Our defense is going to have no investment. It's already a 184. That's insane. And then a 252 on our special defense because our base special defense stat is a 36. And we're bringing that up to a 188. If you get Sandstorm up, your defense will be right up there with everything else and you will be perfectly fine. We are running a Careful Mint to boost that even further. You're a physical attacking mon with very high physical defense, very low special defense. You get Sandstorm up, you'll be up in the 200s and you'll be just as bulky as anything else. And you can dish out some damage on a 127. After your spread is going to be a 353 attack stat. Now for the abilities, you do have Sturdy as your hidden ability. And that does let you not get one shot. That's your hidden ability. I highly don't recommend that. And then Icy Body, if you do have Snow up, you do heal. But then we have Strong Jaw. Strong Jaw is the ability I highly recommend. It boosts your biting attacks by 1.5 times. So Ice Fang is going to get boosted on a very big physical attack stat. So honestly, if you are using Avalugg, use Sandstorm turn 1, heal whatever you need to heal, and then just start going for Ice Fang. That's going to be how you're going to be doing damage. He is probably the worst Hisuian mon. So saying that those stats are bad means that they're really good in Tera Raids and just really good overall. Highly recommend using these. If you're going to try any at all, try the Electrode, the Ursaluna, the Kleavor. Ursaluna is most likely going to be the new Tera Raid king, dethroning Annihilate and Iron Hands. But you tell me in the comment section down below which one you're going to try and if Ursaluna is going to be dethroning those, because I highly see it happening. I see myself doing it already. But if you did like this one, go ahead, drop a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.